Okay, afternoon Year 9. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to start to refine the ideas that we thought of last lesson. Okay, so as you may remember, mine were mainly about crisps. Now what I've done is I've already completed the first part of today's task, and that was to take some photos to experiment with composition. Okay, so if you remember that composition is about how objects are arranged on a page. So for instance, if this was going to be a piece of presented work, it would look like that, for example. And you can see I've composed it using this kind of arc with the crisp packet here, okay, and the crisps coming out like that. And I've started to add a bit of detail. I'm expecting you to add quite a lot more detail than this, because you've got probably got a bit more time than I have. So this one, it's a good idea to do this. So this one at the moment, I've just done this with Sharpies and I've got the writing in the middle. You can see I've only sort of half done this one. But what I'd quite like is I'd quite like that one to be right at the top of my page. So I'm going to do this with it. And looking at my photos, you can't see them because my laptop is, you can see the corner of my laptop just there, but you can't see the rest of it. I know that there is some shadow here. So I'm going to add that shadow just here, just to make it look a little bit more solid. And can you see that in the end my presentation is going to be like this? Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to be experimenting with different materials. Now, I know not all of you haven't got lots at home, but use what you've got. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, but I think it might have been Evelyn. It was very good. She had taken some coloured paper. This was for her title page, and she had torn it. And she'd just drawn on that. Now, you're going to use glue probably rather than tape, but I couldn't find any glue, so I'm just using a bit of tape, double-sided tape, just to attach this to my bit of paper. Okay, and this bit here is going to form part of my crisps piece of work. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it, actually I'm going to abandon that, I'm just going to draw it on here. Imagine that's stuck down. Okay, now this one, I think this one's just going to be a big old close-up. Okay, so this one is going to be right in the middle like this. And on it, I'm going to, might actually decide to screw this up a little bit like a crisp packet. Okay, so actually maybe it's quite good that I couldn't stick it down. And I'm going to, I can see from this one here that I've got this circle, and I've got that bit one here. Okay, and this is the bit that says walkers. Okay, so you could just write in walkers. Now remember to write notes on your ideas. Okay, there are some slides that have got some ideas, and they've also got some examples of my photos that I took. So this is going to go over the next 3 lessons, okay? So upload your work this lesson so I can see what you've done, but I don't expect you to have finished everything because we'll carry on maybe until next week's lesson. Okay, so we can have a bit of shadow, and we can start to add some extra pieces of tone where the crinkles are, if you can see what I'm doing, where the crinkles might be. Okay, so that was quite quick. And you can see that what's starting to happen is I'm starting to get quite a nice selection of ideas. Okay, and I'd like you to write some notes on these designs. If you look at the ones on the slides, you will see what people have done. So you're going to write things like collage, okay, with tone added using cross-hatching, okay, and hatching. It's helpful if you can spell it right. And so collage with tone added using cross-hatching, and that is because that is like May Van Millingen. Okay, so keep linking it back to your artist. Okay, now you know that I have chosen, I think from if you watched the video last week, you'll know that I preferred May Van Millingen's work to Andrea Joseph. But if you wanted to go Andrea Joseph, that's fine. So I've got red and yellow on here, but you don't have to. You could just go black and white. So you can also say, what I'd also like you to say, why you like or don't like these. So, okay, so this is Sharpie, this one. Okay, and I like the composition. I like the composition, but not the colour. Not the colour. So this is the point of doing these experiments, is so that you can work out what you like and what you don't like. And then you can write some notes about how it works. Composition, plenty of space. Need yellow Sharpie. Okay, and this one again, the artist it links to is May van Millingen. Now, if you're worried about what to use to draw, have a look at last week's slides. So you can draw food or objects, black and white or not. Okay, but I'd like you to see you taking photographs to explore your compositions, and I would like you to draw from those photographs using as many different techniques as you can. So if you've got watercolour, use it. If you've got coloured pencil, use that. If you've got coloured paper, use that. So anything you can get your hands on, use that. Any questions, let me know. I think that's it.